Greetings and welcome back to Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes, my Kingdom of Altar playthrough. So I'm thinking I should probably switch it up a little bit rather than just having Lord Relias do all the quests. Kind of alternate between him and other imp areas that I have completed, and I'm getting a little bit of lag because I'm processing a video in the background. Might be a bad idea, but oh well. Higher education. Research in this area allows you to construct the college improvement. This will allow your citizens to choose professions centered around intelligence as opposed to labor. Recall how Hallis bloomed with the buildings of the Verhallam. I'm so proud of this achievement. Now we can upgrade to the finest research facilities in the world. Alright, so guilds will give me the labor guild to upgrade one of my mills. Yeah, let's go ahead and get guilds. Alright, Aplurinen completed Blades of Athica. It has its army completed. I do need to save up to heal these people before I go questing with them. Or I actually could go questing with them to earn the money, but I tend to lose more money when questing, buying the quest scrolls than I'm gaining in return. Agakober completed its mill. It's working on a grocer. And I should go through all of my cities to queue up upgrading their colleges. Now the library is a world achievement. And the Great Archive, we're going to put that in Thailand, because I believe it is my highest research city. There is a way to find out. Let's go ahead and queue up the college. Hit done. Go to govern, city list, and we want to go by research. Yeah, Thailand is the highest for research. So yeah, Thailand is the one that we want the Great Archive in. And I think we're going to build the library here in Laren's Tree. Yeah, we'll build it up here between the shrines. Now we need to build up our metal a bit more to be able to re-outfit Janusk's army. Let's go ahead and park back in Athica. Sira can make it to Ziggertok. We'll give him the Sinian broadsword. It's better than his balanced short sword, even though his balanced short sword gives him a little bit more initiative. And of course this priest will get the ice mace to upgrade into. Or no, I think we will give that to the... Yeah, we'll give the priest that. The Mauler Sergeant will get the Doom Maul. So we should be able to get rid of this balanced short sword and this mace. And let's pop into Aplurinen and see what we have here. He has a Banishing Warhammer. Oh, he's the one I wanted to give the Doom Maul. That's right. Let's just go ahead and take these weapons. We'll come back with the Doom Maul for him. He's got a spare shield and some items to sell. Alright, he's got the Doom Maul. So let's step up out here and trade. Let's give him the Banishing Warhammer for now. And eventually he will upgrade to another Ice Mace. Actually, let's go ahead and take the Doom Maul with him. He's got the movement to pop up here and trade it. To Mausolus. I think I'm going to take the winged spear. See, how does that compare? It's identical to the boar spear. I think I'm going to take the winged spear and the mirror shield down to Kieran and let him use a one-handed spear and a shield. We've got a chunk more money. So let's take Kieran's group and buy a quest map. I thought, yeah, there it is. We have some ancient ruins. They're strong. And I believe this group is going to be strong enough to handle that. You enter the tomb. The darkness is total except for the very center. You see floating in the air a shield with the symbol of a great bird covered in flames. As you head toward the shield, you realize you are not alone. All around you are various creatures of the dark. Oh yeah, this should be fairly easy, I think. Well, not as heavy hitting as I'd hoped. The Lancers will be. Summoned more spiders for me to get rid of. Let's go ahead and finish off these spiders. As a matter of fact, I should also be reorganizing my skills. Let's put Rush first and Impale second on all of these people. Yeah, it's already set up that way for the Lancers, it appears. Oh good, I get to reorganize him before the fight is over. So we want Rush first. Followed by Crushing Blow and then Shield Bash. And then Aid. And if I get First Aid, I'll have it as like 7. Well, my 2 henchmen both gained a level out of that. Alright, we're going to keep pushing up to give the entire army more initiative under leadership. And I'm going to go ahead and grab First Aid with Rookie Brisno. You take the shield. It doesn't take you long to recognize your good fortune. The shield will protect from magical damage as easily as it does from physical. This shield has been magically etched with the image of a phoenix by a master enchanter. It shimmers with magical energy and wards the user against all forms of damage. 8 defense, 8 dodge, 15 defense when defending, 50% resistance to everything, a shield bash. Yeah, I'm going to give him the one-handed spear, and I'm thinking he's going to be the one to use the Phoenix shield instead of that mirror shield. Now, I actually have enough money to do something else. Let's see, Edmund. I'll go ahead and buy and equip a chain coif with him. Now he just needs the 140 to get the greaves, and he'll be fairly decently outfitted. Agacober completed its grocer. It's now working on the garden. Oh, it can... I have taken over this farm now, so I can make it an irrigated farm that adds more grain. Oh, and that one. That's the one I took over as well. Alright, so we can set up the market right here. And the bakery is the upgrade of the building I just built. See, the garden will take 2 seasons. So will the market, and the bakery takes 3. The irrigated farm only takes 2. Let's actually push the crystal quarry back again. And let's actually get the timber mill next, just to get that upgrade done for the more production so we can burn through a lot of these buildings faster. Under the great leadership of the forward-thinking Lord Relias, the Kingdom of Altar has now built the ironworks. No other ironworks can be built in the world of Elemental. Another person wanting to give me tribute? No, I don't think so. Non-aggression pact with Gildan has expired. They're still at war, so just renew our non-aggression just to keep relations increasing. Kieran's Hold completed the ironworks. It is now working on the defenses for Mirthrandra. Aplerunen completed its mill. It's working on the college. And Paradin has conquered the Ethereal city of Anavaro. Now, I probably should have used someone with a horse to do all these transfers. I've got to figure out who I want to give that pony to. Paradin has conquered the Kraxus city of Kekor. Tylan has completed its college. It is working on the Great Archive. And I think I will also build the university here. Oh, that is just 30% more research in the city. Actually, I think I will build the university at Linné. Yes. Alright, we're going to give that to Kieran so that he can equip that. But first, let's go ahead and trade the board spear back to me. Have him equip that. Go to the shop and get rid of the boar spear. And I think it's time for Sierra to head back home. And I think we can go ahead and get the last piece of chain for Edmund. Now he's got an archer who's fairly fully equipped. And of course his priest is equipped, so they're good. My Red Watch Berserker. Now he is going to be the commander for this unit. And we will start by giving him the ability to heal. My non-aggression pact with Reslin has expired. They do want it back. Dinara has completed a college, and Mithrandra, Stadenhart, Laren's Tree, and it's now working on Hostin's Library. Sierra's Pass, Ziggertok, Haladime have all completed their colleges. And Kieran's Hold has completed its Red Watch Berserker. And we will send him over to Mithrandra. Now he needs to trade. Because he needs that Ignis Axe. Little bit better than the regular battle axe. We'll go ahead and have Lord Relias do another quest. Another transient camp. A merchant has set up a stand here, selling or trading colorless potions to anyone who will buy them. A sign on his wagon reads, "Enchanted Elixirs." When he spots you, he quickly begins packing up his wares, but you arrive before he has time to store them. Reaching down, you pick one up, yet you can't sense any magic within. "This is what, simply water?" you ask. "With a bit of sugar and grain alcohol," the merchant replies timidly. "I used to be an honest man, but the world has no need for virtue anymore." "Do you have anything else to sell?" "I do have one item of some worth," he says. "A map to treasure. Though collecting it may be dangerous, I would sell it to you for only 20 Gildar. "I will buy the map. It is wasted on you." So the treasure map leads to a crate of polished hardwood, a crate stamped with red ink and the seal of the Merchant's Guild, a crate whose treasures wait to be revealed. A Ring of Restoration, 50% healing from heal spells. And that was the end of the quest. Inium can use that. Let's actually get rid of his Belt of Precognition and give him the Ring of Restoration. I think I will take the Belt of Precognition. And you know, for now, let's go back up here. No, goodbye. I want to move there. I want to move to this tile. Alright, I'll move to that tile. And trade this pony to Sierra. Let him travel around a little faster. He's still got the mirror shield to trade to someone. I have a mirror shield. He has a shield of the Sentinel. Yanisk, I believe, has a decent shield. Let's see. 6-6-15. I think I'll trade the mirror shield to Etriana Dickel. So we will swing by Stadenhart on our way home. A mirror shield is identical to a kite shield, except it reflects damage back. We can sell the old kite shield. And go back home. Kraxus has conquered the Reslin city of Grey Rock. Athica has completed its college. Avalan has completed its college. And Agakober has completed its timber mill. It's now working on the garden. Ithril has conquered the tar city of Herug. Farcross has completed its college, and Aplarunin has completed its college. So if we check Haladime, we have the Cave Bear, we have Tuatha, the Giant Rock Spider, and the Ophidian. That leaves him room for 2 more units. Now Tuatha can cast Heal. Oh, Tuatha also has a Banner of the Brave to give to someone. Let's trade that to this scout for now. Let's take a look at this scout. This scout has a lot of injuries. He's another assassin. He doesn't quite have Shadow Shift yet. Let's see, he has Afraid of Dying, a twisted ankle. Okay, only 2 injuries. He's got a Sinian broadsword, no shield. He does have an Amulet of Life. No, I think I'm going to bring this Berserker up to Haladime. I'm going to keep these units. This Altarian Scout, let's give him a name. Homasa. This Altarian Bard. Ariki. These animals. And this Berserker to form his army. Saya. Now they do have some injuries they're going to need to get rid of, but it will be all of Tuatha's army. He'll have 3 henchmen and 3 beasts. Now it's not the most effective when it comes to the firepower of units, but I think this is going to be a kind of small dedicated force. And let's quest with... Oh, and I haven't named the Mauler Sergeant yet. Kelda Britlu. And the priest. Sune. So let's take Prelius and his troops. Let's buy another quest map. Actually, no. He can buy chain. Yeah, he has a Masterwork chain shirt. So let's start equipping him with chain. Let's get him fully equipped with chain. He's also going to need a shield. Unfortunately, I just sold my spare shield. I don't think anybody else has one. So he is going to need to buy a shield as well. Let's actually look at Giannis's group. He has a scout with a lot of injuries. This is a high-level scout, too. Actually, I may move this to Prelius's army and move one of his maulers out. Or I could do that when I get the extra army size. I could go ahead and move this guy to Prelius's army, though he has 2 injuries to get rid of. That'd be 800 gold to heal him up. But yeah, let's move this scout over to Ziggertok. See, I have a mage. And this is the mage that's bugged, so I am going to get rid of him. So let's go to shop and just offload his items. We'll end up trading that away. Actually, let's trade first. Let's trade these items to Giannis. Because I do have people that are going to need leather. Alright, we are just going to disband this guy. Yes, he's a high-level mage, but still. And we invested a lot into getting his spells, but still. Now this bard has a lot of injuries as well, but he's a full-fledged commander. Does he not have a weapon? Equip. Yeah, I don't have a weapon with him. I traded his weapon away. You know, even though he's a full-fledged commander, I think we are going to get rid of this bard. And he's only got 2 injuries. Actually, he might not be bad to keep. Only 2 injuries. That's 800 investment. He is level 11. And a commander. Farcross is going to need leaders. Or I could keep him with Giannis as a commander of an archers. Yeah, let's do that. So he is going to need a bow. Let's go to trade again. Let's give him that warg. Run him up to Sears Pass. As soon as Healy hits level 5, we can have him give the short bow back to me. Now, I wonder... I am going to take the pony. Pony's faster than the warg, and I have a better use for the warg right now. Syrah has 37 experience. Now, I'm going to cut cross-country over here real quick with the bard. It'd take 3 turns to get to there. It'd probably be faster to go all the way down around here. Because I do want to give this warg to this other assassin. And I think we'll actually send both of the assassins with add them to Ziggertalk as the last two slots. They'll both be Warg Riders, and we will fill this out with other units. So we are going to keep the Berserker and the Mage. That'll leave one slot right now to fill with a unit. And I think we will give him Ziggertalk Maulers to fill him out. So actually what we can do, since I'm sending an assassin over this way, is just trade them out. I'll trade out a Ziggertalk, the two of the Ziggertalk Maulers. Or right now I'll trade out one of the Ziggertalk Maulers for the assassin. One unit deserted. That was the one I got rid of. Okay, right. Training completed for Red Watch in Kieran's Hold. That's going to Mithrandra. Construction completed on Adjacover's Garden. It's now working on the market. And since I've completed the garden, I can put a well up here. And upgrade that garden to a granary. Now since the well only takes one season, we'll do it next. That's the granary. The well next. Guilds. The kingdoms organize their workers with contracts, well-made tools, and wages that entice a generation of explorers and gamblers into hard but rewarding work. The empires put their citizens in chains and made them work. Now we can get the most production from our cities. All right, let's go ahead and do war colleges. Of course, that'll make that one-handed spear I got less effective, since we will now have access to the pike. But that would get, or siege weapons. Yeah, let's do siege weapons. That'll give us access to the catapult and a bonus to army size. Yeah, last two bonuses to army size are siege weapons and war colleges. See, war college is one per faction. That'll give me the better longsword, the better spear, I can only have one war college, and I can only have one weaponsmith. You know, no rush to the +1 to army size. Let's see what else we got. It's going to take a lot of money to end up expanding my units to squads, unless I just keep rebuilding them and dumping them, but that's going to take a lot of other resources. I'd like to get all the way up to companies so I don't have to worry about it again. I'd also like to get the Dance with Dragons. But I think I'm going to run some refined economics just to boost my Gildar rate right now, since I'm going to be spending a lot of money. Agacober completed its well. It's now working on the granary. It can upgrade that well to an inn. Well, now I've got the inn way back here with no road leading to it. See, the Labor Guild is an upgrade to the mill. Let's actually build the inn here. I think I want the Labor Guild, yeah, here in Stadenhart. Agacober has reached level 3. Guild Warehouse will be more Gildar when producing wealth. Guild Grocer is hit points for all my units. I think that's what I want, is the guild grocer, which is pretty much what I've gotten in almost every one of my cities. This one has decent production, doesn't it? Yeah, it has 4 material. I could put a guild warehouse here, since it will be just producing wealth when it's done. No, I think the guild grocer, more hit points for all my units, is the most effective. Thailand completed the Great Archive. It's now producing research. And Linnae completed its university. It's now producing research. No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to go here. And now that I'm close to the town, I will have this scout that doesn't have a mount pop out and trade with you. Alright, so he's going to have that and the scout. Now this scout does have first aid already. And he is a bard, so he has the heal spell. Not scout, bard. Yeah, let's go ahead and give him a name. Nasa. So it's going to be Nasa and Yanisk. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more units. We're going to go with 3 Blades of Attica. Okay, apparently 2 right now. And then 3 archers. But apparently we'll only get 1. So yeah, we'll just hold off and build a couple of Blades of Attica. And then when we get the extra materials, we need 1 more Blade of Attica and 2 more archers. And then Yanisk will be prepared. Now, does Yanisk have any injuries? No. His bard that is running around with him does, though. Now, one thing I could do to improve how much money I'm making is just go ahead and disband all of these units. I mean, I am going to end up replacing them. I'm not at war. I think I can handle the military hit for disbanding these guys. Disband all the units in the army. And same for this one. 67.1 is how much my wages currently are. Let's see if I disband this one. That's about 2 gold per season getting rid of these. I'll hang on to some of the others right now. I just disbanded those. I'm going to have to disband Farcross eventually. They want to trade 24 of my knowledge with civilization for 24 of theirs in magic. Sounds like a good trade. So my faction power actually went up a point, despite the fact I was disbanding a lot of units. Jacober's granary is completed. It is now working on the market. You can upgrade that granary to a storehouse. And I can actually put the study back here. Finally. We'll put it in the corner. Alright, we actually want the study right before the crystal quarry itself. we do want to keep kind of this order. After we get the market, get the irrigated farm, get the bakery, we're going to do the Theater of the Wind. Oh, what did I just do? I produced wealth instead of growth. And a red watch was built in Kieran's Hold. We'll send it across to Mirthrandra. And let's actually disband this army this season. Now, I could use these as suicide troopers to kind of deal with, do some damage to these guys. I really don't like sacrificing units. I prefer to have fully trained and outfitted guys doing the job. Now let's see, the Blades of Attica require 88 metal, so we'll be able to queue up another one next season. Stadenheart has finally hit level 5. A lending house will provide me with 2,000 Gildar. The Tribunal will boost the production in all of my cities. And the mint will be Gildar per materia here. 5 materia. We're going with the mint of Ravenna here. Oh, that's the Sentinel's army. We want to separate out the Pioneer. No, we'll keep this army for now because we have a Pioneer there. Just put him on guard. Oh, we have enough mana to do another Birth of Summer. So let's cast one. No city location there. I guess we will have to Birth of Summer here to see if we can find a city location there. When did I add an outpost here? I don't recall building an outpost. Is that somebody else's outpost that flipped to me? Because I do not recall building an outpost there. We have another Blades of Attica built here. We will send it up to him and train another one. Now we need 2 archers. That's going to be a total of 64 metal. So it'll take us about 3 or 4 seasons. Before both of these are done, we can queue up one of the archers, and before that archer is done, we'll be able to queue up the other. All right, we can get him back to town here. Re-equip his gear. Yeah, we'll give him the Cloak of the Stars. He is he's a commander, not a mage. We'll give him the Soldier's Cloak. I'm still not sure who I want to give the pony to. For now, it'll work with him because he's basically going to be doing running around trading stuff, which reminds me I have a mage's staff to trade to somebody. And let's actually give him all the surplus armor. He can end up trading to someone. And for now, he can equip these rings. Under the great leadership of Lord Relias, we have built Hostin's Library. No other one can be built. Laren's Tree has Hostin's Library. Agacober built its market. It's now working on an irrigated farm. Can upgrade that to a tax office eventually. You know, that outpost was not mine. It must have flipped. Now this became an actual town. So apparently I can flip outpost if I gain enough influence over them. So maybe that one will end up flipping. This one has no upgrades. If I were to just scrap it, well, I'll leave it there until it refreshes some of this terrain to see if maybe there is a site I can build there. Now, back to NASA. He had 2 injuries. And he's got this pony, so he can be doing some running around for other people. He doesn't even have a weapon yet. So let's ride. We don't have to go that far. We can go to Linnaea, I think. And buy Iru elixirs. So we'll buy 1 right now with him and go ahead and see about healing himself. He got rid of the hallucinations. Let's just move all of these into Laren's tree, I think. This is another mage. To order the tower and a berserker. This berserker has a lot of injuries. We'll just move this group into Laren's tree for now. I think that's all of our units that are just out in the wilderness somewhere. We'll have, apart from this unit that is over my settler. And I'm going to see about doing a Birth of Summer over this way to see if I can find a spot. So we'll actually start moving this army over this way. And actually I can cast one right now. Let's see. Let's start here. Yeah, that's too close to that city. So we need to go over here and cast one again over this way to see if we can build a city over there. And this group, I think, is going to end up... Let's just merge with the settler. This group, I think, is going to end up being the one to settle up there when we clear him out. Because I can't really see any other place we'd stick one. Since I didn't get a spot there, unless I can get one in this area. But let's actually pull up to this outpost. Alright, we have a Blades of Attica in Attica that's headed up there. We should be able to queue up one of the archers now. We'll be able to queue up the other one next turn. We have a Red Watch in Kieran's Hold, one more, and we will have all of them. And one of these cities is probably still producing growth, even though it hit level 5. Because I know I had a city that just hit level 5. Stadenhart is actually queued up producing growth. We want to switch it to wealth. And keep a better eye from here. And we'll just wait and cast another one, say here, and see if we can find a spot. And now we should be able to queue up the final bowman. Was that a bowman? No, that was an archer. Queue up the final archer here. Nope, I'm not interested in your tribute. Let's go ahead and cast our final Birth of Summer here. Cast our final Birth of Summer here. We do have one city spot here, so we will settle. A cave. We need a logging camp. These are wild horses. We'll go ahead and queue them up. After we get the logging camp, we want a workshop. Or we're going to want the bell tower here. And we're going to want the workshop on the other side of the wild horses. Or no, we could do the workshop right here. After we get the stable and other stuff built, we'll do most of the rest of the town over this way. Although we may end up putting like the garden over here and the garden in the well. So we have our last Blades of Attica for Yanisk's army. Stadenheart has completed its labor guild. It's now producing wealth. All of my units are now in towns. Now I do want to get that bow for my other guys, so let's actually have this group Wilbur and Sierra get a quest map. Deadly. Oh, that's going to be pretty nasty for them, I think. Let's see what their group is listed as. So we have Wilbur, Sierra, Wilbur's archers, the other archers, Wallace, and 2 Blades of Attica. Let's pop out. We are deadly. Okay, it'll be a tough fight, but I think we can do it. The inn is warm and full of good cheer. Wagoneers are playing a game of dice and you join them. Fortune favors you and you win an enchanted helm in the competition. Later that night you dream of the helm's last owner, a hero whose grave is a few miles away. He begs for you to return his helm to him. I will return the helm. Our heroes should be more than victims for grave robbers. The plate helm has been augmented with magically imbued ivory. While it doesn't provide additional protection from standard blows, it does make the wearer feel lucky. It turns out the luck is a valuable commodity when protecting your head. The awesome energies unleashed by the cataclysm have brought an ancient structure to the surface. It looks like a tomb of some sort, though who or what lies within remains to be seen. There are no tombs here, and no sign of the hero from your dreams. You are about to give up when a serpentine voice calls out to you. You would steal from me, it asks? I steal from no one, you answer. I came to return this helm to the hero it belongs to. Fool, the dragon answers, slipping out of a copse of trees. There is no hero, only my spell to return objects that are stolen from me along with the thief. Alright, looks like we're killing a dragon. Some of us are not afraid, but we're going to be one-shotted. I knew that was going to happen. That was Wallace. He's no longer with us. Alright, these Blades of Attica. Let's go ahead and rearrange their skills real quick, even though they may not survive this. So it's Shield Bash, then Halt. And then Throwing Knife. Alright, we will put this one over here. archers have guarded strike, half normal damage, but leaves the attacker defending. Let's back up. Half normal damage would be 1 point instead of 2. Well, there goes Wilbur. There goes my bowman. Guarding won't matter at this point. There goes Wilbur's archers. There goes one of my groups. Yeah, I have a feeling this is not going to go well. He's finally not afraid. They dodged, actually. They dodged again. Back up and shoot. They're still alive. Not anymore. And that was a complete party wipe. So yeah, they did not handle that very well. Wilbur now has typhoid fever. And Galara only got tis but a scratch. But we lost Wilbur's archers and Wallace. And we're going to need entirely new army for this group. And that dragon is still there. And I have no defenders here currently. So we are going to run the defenders from Farcross up to Cirrus Pass. Now, is this guy still wounded? Yes, he's at half. Alright, this is potentially bad. But we are going to take this army up there to deal with him. And I forgot to trade away his warg to somebody else. Everybody's afraid. That's what screws me over. One shot. One shot. Oh, they've got a sliver left. One shotted. Alright, these Blades of Athica can now act. These Blades of Athica can now act. I'll move these archers further away. Oh, finally, Edmund can go. Alright, I'm going to move Edmund up here and use Cleave. Took out my archers. Took out them. One more hit. If I can survive one hit. Or, no. I almost had him. Alright, so I've got a chipped skull and chipped tooth. And he has a sliver left. So we're going to take Yanosk, his Altaran Guard, and his Blades of Athica but we're leaving NASA. Oh, I can't make it in one turn? Do I have anybody else who might be able to make it here in one turn? Well, that's unfortunate. We have refined economics. Knowledge gleaned from this research will give your settlements a 10% bonus in Guildar production. You can research this discipline continuously. As your traders and merchants gain greater understanding of marketplace practices, they and you will see increasingly positive results. By refining our economic techniques, we can bring in additional Guildar every season. Now, I could do that again for more. I think since I'm about to have to start training more units, I'm going to make them tougher. So we will go with logistics. Actually, no. Let's keep with refined economics until we get it 4 more times. So a 50% bonus to our Guildar. Alright, now Giannis and his team are going to try and take out this damn dragon. We are epic. Giannis resisted. You're going to one-shot him? Nope. Now they're dead. And so are you. Now that was the Blades of Attica that died, not the Altarian Guard, unfortunately. But we took them out. And got a Hellfire Staff, also known as the Dragon's Breath Staff. A torrent of fire can be coaxed out of the flames that continually burns at the staff's tip. Searching the Dragon's Lair, you discover some gold and a magical item. Wilbur got the experience for that because he was apparently the one who was on the quest. 35 fame, he got the ivory helm and 300 Guildar and a leather helm. Alright, so now Giannis is going to head back to where he belongs. And he's going to need another Blades of Attica. I'm going to go ahead and disband this Altarian Guard. Agacober completed its bakery. It's working on the Theater of the Wind. And it can upgrade that to a butcher now. Icabe completed its logging camp. It's working on the workshop. It can upgrade that logging camp to a lumber yard. And a Red Watch was completed in Kieran's Hold. That was the final Red Watch for Mirthrandra. And we have a lot more injuries to try and heal people of, unfortunately. And we lost 2 entire armies for our cities. Let's actually move the town watch from here to Stadenhart. Yeah, everybody here suffered an injury. One of them just got tis but a scratch, Sierra. But Wilbur got typhoid fever. I need to cure him of that. He's going to be my next priority. All of this was just an effort to get him just a little bit more experience so that he could use that bow. Which reminds me, yeah, he got the plate helm and the the leather helm. I do have somebody who's going to need plate mail. Giannis, as a matter of fact. He does have another injury, so let's shop with him. Buy the Eru Elixir. We're actually going to take this one to Wilbur. Wilbur needed armor. We'll give him some of this spare armor we have. Edmund can't wear plate mail, so... Alright, we'll go back to the shop. Sell some of this leather. That was the only spare piece we had, was a chest piece, because he already had that. And meet up with Janisk. Janisk just wears chain right now. Now Wilbur got rid of his typhoid fever and healed up a significant amount. Matter of fact, it looks like he's almost fully healed. Yeah, we've gotten 20% from money making. I want to get that up to 50%. And then we'll be done with refined economics. At least for now. Eventually, I want to get enough bonus to offset the fact that I'm doing low taxes. So instead of getting 10% of the income, we end up getting 100%. We are scrambling to recover knowledge lost during the cataclysm. Let's speed up the process. We'll give you 20 in warfare for 20 in civilization. Yes. Non-aggression pact with Craxus has expired. We are going to renew that. I'm in no rush to fight. Acabe built a workshop. It is now working on a lumber yard. But we're actually going to do the mason first because it does an overall bonus to production. Athka has completed an archer. And I do need to train another Blade of Athka to replace the one that was lost to the dragon. And I can send Nasa out here to get another Eru Elixir. I got rid of his chipped tooth. Let's send him on to Athka. He has a warding plate helm that is 6 defense, 8 spell resist. This just makes him immune to criticals. I had one of those for a berserker, I think. Lord Relias can't equip plate. Yeah, he's the only one who could equip plate. He's already got it. Enium has a soldier's cloak. The Cloak of the Stars would be better for him because he is an actual mage. But I think the Cloak of the Stars would be even better for one of my other casters. Let's see, let's send Nasa over to Lene. Mariam, oh, she needs leather armor. What class is she? She's a mage. So she could actually equip the mage's staff in place of the fending blade. But she is going to need armor. Let's have her trade and equip the Cloak of Stars. Give her the mage's staff. The fending blade grants dodge, but she's a level 4 water master. And she has summons. Yeah, so she has Tidal Wave, Spell Leech and Pandemonium, Chaos. But I mainly went the summoner route with her. Alright, we'll have her keep the staff and the cloak, but I don't think she's going to be the one to equip them. She actually needs a different weapon. We'll actually give her the fending blade back for now. I think I'm actually going to make her a melee caster and give her armor. But I'm out of spare leather armor right now. So we'll just go back to Avalan with him for now. Oh, there's another staff I meant to trade to him. You know, for now I'll have him equip it just so he has a weapon. Yeah, and I actually may keep that. Instead of making him an actual archer, just keep him with the Hellfire Staff. So now he is actually equipped. And this army is fully healed. And as soon as I get the Blades of Athika, they can go back to questing. But I have to replace Stadenheart and Sierra's Pass armies. Of course, it's going to be a while before these guys can move. I guess next time when I get a deadly one, I'm going to have to wait for somebody who's a little bit better equipped and stuff to come handle them. Acabe's Mason is done. It's working on the lumber yard. I can upgrade that mason to a mill. And I will actually do that after I get the bell tower. Wilbur is no longer immobilized. Edmund is no longer immobilized. He can go back to Stadenheart. Sierra is no longer immobilized. And my other two that go with Edmund are no longer immobilized. Now let's see here. We have Edmund. He's got a cracked skull he's got to get rid of. He has a chipped tooth. That is an archer, bowman. And this is a priest, I believe. Yes. He's missing a finger. Not as critical to get rid of, but his is the one that is most critical to get rid of. Oh, he's an assassin. Right. So I need 2 archers and 2 blades of Athika to travel with this group. And I do not have the metal to do it anytime soon. And Sierra's Pass is going to also, let's see, I have just 2 units. I'm going to need 3 archers and 2 blades of Athika for Wilbur. Although I could give Wilbur the pony and give him lancers. And I think that may be a better idea. I'll hang on to the pony with Nasa for a bit because I'm going to have him running around and trading items to people. And I think NASA is going to keep the Hellfire staff. Athka has completed an archer. It's working on the last unit to replace Yonisk's army. And Ithril has conquered the Tar city of Adadwesa. And I just realized I overshot spring. I meant to call it an episode in spring of 265. So we'll call this an episode here. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.